Okay, it's 7 o'clock. We'll get the ball rolling here. Welcome, everyone. Thank you for showing up. Welcome to Jessica and Alex online. Please be advised that this meeting is being streamed live and is being recorded for public viewing on the town's YouTube website. We all have tons of paperwork in front of us, and the agenda is in front of us. I would just like to add into the 5 sections for accounts. I know we're talking about payables there. I would just kind of like a financial review. Put in there. Going through the minutes, or I guess, is there any other additions to the agenda? None. I get that approved. It's with the. We approve that. Motion. Seconded by, thank you. We should have in the package there the minutes from the last meeting. Thank you, Melissa, for sharing that one. Any additions, amendments, corrections to those minutes? Seeing none, I have a motion here, moved by Brenda, seconded by Mike Nagel, that the minutes be adopted for the Plympton-Wyoming Special Events Committee, and that those confidential minutes of the closed section of the committee remain confidential and restricted from public disclosure in accordance with exemptions provided in the Freedom of Information Protection and Privacy Act. Moving right along. Financials. I did a quick budget that everyone can see there, just so we can have an idea of where we are at right now. As of today's date, and this is assuming that all of the Easter stuff is in. I don't know just yet, but I'm assuming based on what's here, it most likely is in. The Easter event costs us roughly $1,714.35. Which isn't bad, because I think we ballparked 2,500 or something. So yeah, that was good.
I have about another $200 of expenses to add to it still.
Okay. So yeah, if anyone's holding on to any expenses that they need to turn in, as soon as you can, just so we can kind of keep on track of what's going to happen down the line. Picnic in the Park, you can kind of see the updated financials there and what that event is going to cost us. And for income, we expect to receive from that one there. That event looks like it's going to be roughly $10,353 to put on. Canada Day one with the updated figures there. And I should just clarify updated figures. The only thing I still haven't heard from you, Melissa, was Wacky Jacks, kind of what that is coming in at.
It's turned for an invoice, and I don't think I've received it yet. I will follow up with her.
I penciled high on that one. The Canada Day one there, you can see approximately what that's going to come in at there. That's going to run us 9,400, 9,500 roughly expenses, 400 in income. Community Safety Day, I haven't put anything down for it yet because I don't know whether we're far enough along planning of that one. And then haven't really even touched Christmas in the Village. But couple quick comments I will say. Because our sponsorship money was down this year, I think I budgeted approximately 14,000. On the back of that sheet, you can see kind of what has come in, which is 13,750. Asked Nicole this morning what the carry forward was from last year. That's 62,3717. Throw in the town's budget. Ballpark donation from events based on last year and the Wyoming Community Foundation grant. We're starting out with 27,587.17 to work. So all that being said and done, by the time we get to end of Canada Day getting rather tight. I'm not sure again what's happening with the bike safety. And again, haven't really figured anything into Christmas in the Village at this point. But one of the things that kind of is, I guess, the way I look at it, you can either do it or not do it, and I would say probably not do it this year would be the storage unit. That might get us through unless we go out and hustle with it.
Right. I agree. I think taking off the storage unit would help. I think that makes the leave us a little tight. With Christmas in the Village, that would only leave us with about $1,400 today. Could we cut something out of contract?
Those deposits have already been made. That's the only thing. So, anyway, I don't want to get into it too much right now until we kind of go down the list, but that just gives us that we can all peruse later on just the overall idea of where we're at. Not really what I was hoping for, but reality is reality. We just have to deal with it. I think we'll still do fine. I've taken off any trivia nights or movie nights right now until we kind of see some of the grants that have put in or some of the other grants that I also aiming for the safety day, which might cover quite a bit. So just, I don't want to touch any more on that right now. So we'll just move on to 5.1. The payables should be in your package. Payables being Alex for the meta ads, Facebook ads for Easter extravaganza, the Dragon Breath Entertainment deposit, right, Jessica? That was just
Sorry, repeat that.
The money that's in the payables, 1186.50. That's the deposit, right, for Dragon Breath?
Yeah, it's been paid, the deposit.
We have the deposits for the fun track for Picnic in the Park as well as Canada Day. We have some extra signings that we needed for Easter extravaganza, color sheets, ballots, and a thank you ad for the so I have a motion here by Lord and seconded by Charlene that the Special Events Committee receive and approve the payable for April 2024. Is there any questions on those payables or comments on that? If everyone's okay with that, then we will approve those payables for 2024. Business arising from the previous minutes. I talked to Mike a while ago down here, Mike Nagel, and just asked him to check out a couple different ideas for the storage update. And I think he made a couple contacts and it wasn't worth it. Not to rent. So then we'd also looked at sometimes you can get a fairly inexpensive body of a large truck, and it was determined that that just wasn't worth it because it's easily broken into.
Well, a C can would be fine.
But the body of a truck was not. Right.
Just kick them in.
So I had made a couple phone calls. Right now, the C-can delivered would be about $2,500 for the grade B. So the grades for the C-cans go between A and F. A is brand new. F is don't think you'd want to touch it. So the guy that I had been in contact with in Sarnia, he has access to 900 of them, and he would be willing to give us a grade B and have it delivered. And there would be no payment until delivery. There's a lot of scams going around. They want you to pay up front, and then they bring you a piece of what, and you don't want it. And by that point, it's too late. But all that being said and done, my thought on all of that for right now, and I know we all have a garage full of stuff, and we'd all kind of like to offload it, but unless we do a little bit more hustling on the front end in terms of sponsorship dollars, I would make a recommendation to push that off for this year, but I'm open to discussion on thoughts. Alex, Jessica?
Yeah, like I'm open to pushing it back. And then depending on how much it is, even if it's next year, that money can come from the allocated part from the town rather than using sponsorships for storage. Perhaps we can just plan ahead to know that the allowance or the budget from the town can help pay for the storage next year.
Anybody else have any comments on any of it?
I think that's a wise decision just after our previous conversation with the lack of funding. It's better to get through the year and put up with the others.
That's probably one of the easiest ones to nix off a list. I still do on the budget list have Christmas decorations for 2000. We do have to spend it because we received it from Wyoming Community Foundation. So it came in, but it must go up. So are we all okay just to pass on the storage unit this year? Okay, thank you. We all should have in front of us a picnic in the park updated list. Not a lot has changed from last time. Kind of quickly run through it. Food vendors, follows ice. He has confirmed the vendor form has been sent to him and he will send it to the town and pay his 100. The Lions Club confirmed the vendor form sent. I told the representative to not bother with like previous years of the 100. Buddy's Mini Donuts is confirmed, the vendor form sent. Mama is same, vendor form sent. Confirmed, and Belanger Cotton Candy, confirmed, vendor form sent. The information vendors. Mike and Melissa were to contact the 11 that were there. And 11 of them being Lantern County Egg Producers, Wyoming Baseball, Wyoming Library, Lions Lioness, the Agricultural Society, the Legion, the Lambton Elderly Outreach, Soccer Club, 4-H Club, Scouts, Girl Guides, and the Historical Society or Museum.
That may be a problem. Because on June the 8th is that we're having the opening with D-Day in Latin, so most people on deck there.
Okay. Were you still gonna have a display when we chatted one time? You're still gonna have something there?
I'm gonna try to have a display or something, but
Okay.
I'll work at it. We have our probably cars coming out too.
Okay, all right. Even if it's a small table to point in these directions. I can move aside, take it away.
Okay, the Wyoming Library is a yes. Well, it's technically Lambton County Libraries. They run it out of head office. The Agricultural Society has their meeting May 7th. They'll let us know after that. And Huron Shores Optimist is thinking about coming to the picnic, but I haven't heard a confirmation yet. Okay. But did we want them doing food or just a booth?
Because I don't want to step on the line of license. Probably booth and food.
Were there any other vendors from Kamlaki that we haven't reached out to yet? Time?
I covered everybody that was on this list,
Yeah,
plus the Masonic Lodge too.
That's the only one.
Haven't heard back.
I'm getting in there.
I will double check, just to make sure we haven't missed anybody else on the penalty, because we were just doing the one this year, so,
So,
if there's anybody else that should be invited, from their community group.
Alex, Jessica, any others that you can think of that we should be asking? As vendors for the picnic in the park?
No, nothing I can think of because the only thing I can think of is Kamalaki Ball, but Wyoming Ball will be there for that catchment anyways. So
Should we not invite both though, or?
it doesn't hurt to ask if they want to come. I don't think.
Can you do that, Alex?
Yeah, I can do that.
Jessica, anything that you can think of? No? Okay. What time frame did we give them to let us know by?
I don't think we did actually.
Hmm?
We didn't really give them a
Oh,
time.
okay. We've got lots of time still, but like anything that they'll be here before we know
Yeah.
it. Okay.
That's awesome.
No, for the, we'll double check, I know I have a list. So we should have representation from both.
The, I'm gonna skip over the rides things to do right now. We'll get on the inside of this form. You can go down to other displays, fire department. I'm assuming both fire departments or at least one of the two. Alex, no?
Yeah, like something will probably go out to both, and if anyone's available, but Wyoming will be the ones that bring their trucks.
Okay. Police auxiliary or OPP, most likely it will be the OPP. They have a new media person, for, excuse me, for the area. They are going to have, by the sounds of it, in conversation, far more presence at the events than what they have been in the past. And they are going to really, ramp up what they have been providing. So they're definitely on board for the June 8th event. Right now, for sure. And she will get back to me with kind of what the plan to bring. All I said was lots of swag, so. Moving back up the list, Wacky Jacks, and everything else that we've already talked about there. Face painting, Jill, that was part of the committee, has some girls lined up that we've always used in the past to face paint. They're quite excited to do it again. And they're quite happy to get last year what gift cards. So since we can't outright pay them, I think we just got them gift cards and expensed gift cards. Big problem that I have is the music. I have no music lined up right now. One is the wedding, one is moving, and the other one I just can't get hold of. So I'm open to suggestions, and one of the suggestions might be to talk to Connor Weed at the Legion. He has lots of people that attend there, and he might have a little bit more handle on who I can make, borrow, and steal. But if anyone else wants to look.
What about a plan B, like if we had somebody just playing, like a disc jockey playing some music versus the live stuff? And I know live is better, but if you aren't able to hear anybody, Brad.
Yep. So we can definitely stream on the system that we have. We can definitely stream music. I would imagine the town is probably not involved in the it's not canned copy, but it's the licensing agreement. Right, okay. we might be able to get an exemption for that one day if we have to go that route. It's like $125 just for a license. And I would rather do that safe rather than sorry. So all it takes is one person to make it really unsorry. But we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. But if anyone else has any suggestions or knows of someone that would be able to entertain, then please feel free to reach out. We'll still keep looking. But is everyone okay if I happen to ask Connor to see if he might be able to help us out in that respect?
I think that's a good idea.
Alex, Jessica, you're okay if I reach out to Connor to see? Yeah, okay. I'll try there. Live is always better. Cause I just hate kind of like listening to it's like listening to a radio if you do it any other way, but. Advertising. Moving on, the kind of what has worked in the past. Question I had, and I can't remember the time that was said last meeting, but mail out that we were gonna do is going in a tax bill or a water bill.
Water bill, tax bill is already
Got the
gone.
tax.
Okay, and when is that due date, Adam, for the?
Our next round of water reach is not starting until June 15th.
So the bills wouldn't go out until early July, right?
Into June, first part of July.
That's what we were gonna try to hit.
Okay. Well, we can definitely do the Canada Post scenario. I will figure that in, and let everyone know then, the next meeting.
The price just went up today, postage.
7 cents,
It's what?
7 cents a stamp today.
Wonder if commercial. Wonder if
Wow, everything else went up. Airmail and US all went up.
only commercial now. I'll phone the rep tomorrow and see. I'll let everyone know. So that is kind of a more up-to-date list of where we are at, I guess, right now. Does anyone else have anything to throw into this discussion of picnic in the park? I know we need to have a on-site visit, at the park. We need to have a subcommittee meeting to do all the particulars, but does anyone else have anything they need to throw into this mix right now?
Well, I'll be putting the paid, because I think we approved paid budget last time, so I'll be starting those probably later this week, early next week to run from now till the event.
Facebook?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me know what you need from me. I can fire that off to you if you need some graphics or whatever. Melissa, do you have anything else to in this mix right now?
Posters.
Yeah, we've got some posters to go around town. We'll put up for sure.
Okay. We can put our signs out again.
Yep. Yep. Is everyone okay then with picnic in the park as of right now? Okay. Oh, one thing I had, Adam, water truck is confirmed, right, for that event?
I believe so.
I think it was, I just.
Flash Packets open the May long weekend.
Not always. Try. Depends on our contractor and everything else. Usually we target that, but
It's ready to turn the switch on. I just have the health inspection done on it.
Should be good for the 8th then.
8 for sure. Like got the pool inspected by then too, so.
Oh, definitely. Yeah. We'll
And I think last time we arranged to have the bathrooms at the pool open as well. Oh, maybe they weren't.
We had portable.
Okay.
So speaking of washrooms, Nicole gave me the information, today, and the contractor was.
Sanitation.
And they agreed to honor the prices last year, so it was about $466 for the units that we used last year. Which I think was sufficient.
Is that a couple washrooms and a couple hand wash stations?
Is it a big deal if we do decide to open up the pool washrooms, or do we need someone there to monitor that?
During the June 8th timeframe, we're kind of preparing the pool still. So we have lifeguards in there trying to get things ready for the season, so.
We stay out then?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. I don't believe we had it open last year, so I'm okay with not having it open and, okay.
And then, I think there was notes too, to just make sure we have recycling bins as well as garbage cans.
Yeah. But when we have our kind of little sit down, subcommittee meeting, we'll kind of let you know how many barricades or garbage bin, all that, particulars.
Generators, cords, that kind of thing.
We have a lot of new picnic tables, I see.
Yes.
Lots. I think there's 30 of them there.
And you can just let us know on that whenever you do run into. Canada Day, review. So Bubbles Ice Cream confirmed the vendor form has been sent. A new vendor that reached out to us asking to participate was that hot dog guy. So if anyone goes to, it's at Home Depot or Rona, he's out front there. Plus lots of other spaces, so he actually reached out and asked if we could fit him in somewhere, so. We did, I confirmed with the Lions that they would not be participating because they can't get help that weekend, and they said, yes, they will not be participating. So that's why I slid in that hot dog guy. Buddy's Mini Donuts, I've had a discussion with her about the first hour free, and then we would pick up that tab, and I just haven't been able to connect with her as of yet. Truck and Mama's confirmed. Lingerie Cotton Candy confirmed. Sent. The rides and things to do, all listed there. We've all kind of approved all that, take care of all that. Number 3 on that, parade. I've never been involved with the parade. It was
I
always,
sent out all the emails to the people that were there last year.
so Jessica, you and who else are kind of looking after that?
I don't know, just me for the parade. I just sent out emails.
Okay. So you're on it then?
Yeah, I already sent out the emails. I already have one, yes.
Oh, perfect.
I need to know if Gary wants to go in it again too. I figure I'd just ask him.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch all that. Jess, what was that?
I didn't send you an email, but would you like to go in it again?
Well, I'll ponder that. I'll talk to my people.
Okay. And do you still have the contact for the warden?
Yes, I do.
Would-
Do you want
Can
me
I
to,
get a contact from you, or would you like to ask him if he would like to participate?
I can contact them.
Okay.
What about the MP and the MPP? You want them too?
I've already sent them emails. I had contacts for them.
You want me to put pressure on them?
Well, last year they said yes, but then it was because it was on actual Canada Day. So I'm thinking it'll probably be okay this year because it's not Canada Day.
Okay, and where are you forming up the parade?
Fairground. The
Yeah,
fairgrounds.
Gary couldn't hear you.
I'm sorry, I was gonna ask, where are you forming the parade? At
I
the
think we're
fair-
going to go from the fairgrounds to McKay Park this year. So just the reverse route.
Okay, would you like me to
from last
check?
year.
Yes, would you like me to check and make sure there's nothing going on at the fairgrounds?
Yeah, I think they asked that last meeting, but
I didn't hear it and I was there, so.
Okay. Yes, please.
All right.
Do we have any new sponsors that we should be inviting into the parade that we haven't reached out to yet, or have you double checked the sponsorship list?
I can double check the sponsorship list, see if there's anyone to reach out to. I don't have a contact for the Legion either.
I can reach out to Connor for you on that one, Jessica.
Okay.
Would it be Connor or would it be, who's the lady that's head of
Linda Mater
in the meter?
at the Legion
Yeah.
for which?
Well, to organize the parade. And stuff.
See if they want to,
See if they want to participate in the parade.
I would think it's be the Legion itself, so I would go with Conair.
Okay.
did we have somebody with a bell or something? Sure.
Steam tractor?
I don't know.
I don't think we had a town car. Did we show up last year? We had a steam tractor with whistle. Do you want that again if I can get it?
Oh, I think people really liked it.
Piper, didn't you last year too?
Oh, that was it.
We had someone from the town come in, I think a dump truck.
I thought there was somebody that works for the town that
It
plays.
was,
Ed.
Ed Pipe, he piped. He got out of breath a little bit, but he,
Let me see if he's available again.
you want us to check?
Yeah.
How can you follow up on that?
Cool.
The police or auxiliary will not be there because it's overtime weekend. So, no. So yeah, we'll help you out, Jess, whatever you need, just reach out to us if you need help with parade stuff, because it's not fair. Gord, the bar, Stone Pickers is a yes,
And so is Open Lines.
and Alton Wines too. Yeah. I didn't really think they would.
I was out speaking to Ann Alton the other day, and she said, yeah, she'll be back. All she wants from us is the time for her to be there to set up.
Okay. Good, all right. Again, we will let you know with what we need for snow fence. Do we have snow fence?
Snow fence, no. What we did for you at the, or for the event out in Kanlaki. Some areas and stuff, we just put up caution tape around some fence posts. But for snow fence, I don't have any.
And that would be suffice, right, for DCO?
For liquor, for,
You might need more than snow fence for liquor, or no, flashing.
not sure we have enough to go around. To create an enclosure.
No, because Canada, the last time we had like a license, always the Fair Board used a pavilion that has the closed in area.
Something as a backup option, Gary, do you think that we could borrow from the fairgrounds?
I don't know, I could answer.
If you're walked out, try and put it in the tennis court there. It's got the fence around it already. I know it's out of the way, but
Well, that might be too far from everyone.
There's no glass.
Nice to keep it.
I know, I'm just looking at it, an alternative.
We'll put that one on the back burner for it. As an option, for sure. But these little things we'll iron out. Moving in on the inside. I wasn't sure where it was left with Twisted Chris, or the face painting. I think I heard about tattoos or something. For Canada Day.
We talked about it.
Okay. I'm open to whatever, so.
The ones are the sticky.
You think that would come in anywhere around those figures then, Brenda? I know we got some free ones last year, right, from Maryland Glad too?
I think we paid for some of them and some of them were free. The problem is with the tattoos, not the problem, but they were all very small. They were hard to put on.
Oh,
It would have been nice to have like, maybe like a 1 inch by 1.5 inch, something like that. Rather than small. I think we can probably look into the cost on what something like that would be. It should be cheaper than the face painting and Twisted Chris.
what were your thoughts on that, Brenda? Like, did you looked into the tattoos?
Well, I just went on Amazon. It just depends, I guess, what number, how many we'd be looking at. I think we could probably buy them a lot cheaper. I just thought both events really aren't that far apart and we are doing face painting at one, so.
Yep, no, like I said, I'm open to whatever you want to do.
Like, there is one here at 72 pieces and it's $12.99, so.
Yeah.
I feel like we should be able to get quite a few.
Yeah, it would, like realistically, we probably would need maybe 500, should be lots. So I think maybe.
Did that 10 times the amount that you're looking at,
Yeah.
like $30, say?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, which would save us like
Okay.
$500 in the long run.
Cause we're gonna beg, borrow and steal from one spot to put in another. So again, those are subcommittee things that we can kind of narrow down on if some people want to do some homework on where we can get some tattoos and prices and stuff like that. Music, again, same scenario. Reach out to Connor on that one as well then, are you guys, is that okay? The main draw, Jessica, Dragon Breath Entertainment, 2,100, right, was the amount?
I'd have to look. I don't know off the top of my head.
But we're all good with them, right? They just need when to show up and stuff, right?
Yeah, like everything's fine. They're all booked. They got their 50% deposit. The contract was sent in.
Yep. That's all squared away. Advertising, pretty much the same as what we had before, just we don't need the mail out because that will be covered from the previous months, because we'll do picnic in the park one side, Canada Day on the other side. And that cuts down on mailing and printing. Financials, the food vendors, you can see there, 400 income, beer tent. So last time we had them, Stone Pickers, I think he gave us $1 per brew, I think it was, right, Gord? So that worked out to roughly $1,200-ish. I think that's what he said he would do the same this year.
Same this year.
And both Stone Pickers and Alton are going to serve their own.
Yeah. Yeah.
Having security again.
I've always felt like we should, but given the fact that it's a daytime event, it's not going that late. And generally, we haven't had any issues in the past. I don't know if we need to spend the money on it. But since. Remember what it cost us last time?
you remember, Nicole, what was, for security? Previous years?
I can double check.
Okay. One of those things is like insurance. One thing that I just thought of though, if we're not serving. We still need, as a municipality, we still need to get the liquor license though, right now. So you can see in a Porter Johns, I had penciled in 800, that can come back to 466, so we gain roughly $333 there. Beer license. We'll do a map once we figure out where it's gonna be, because I know it's based on a bunch of calculations with square footage and stuff like that, and number of people per square feet and stuff, so. I penciled in roughly 150, which I would think is probably more than enough, but. Again, the Twisted Chris face painting, we will look at that, and the music and the stage, we look at that. So there's 3, 6, 7, 8, there that is savings grace maybe there. So again, this is just a review with what we know has been requested and granted in terms of budget. You know,
We have the water truck as well. or-
that was the next question I was gonna ask. I believe so. While you're looking at it, we'll just confirm it for the water truck as well for.
I emailed them to confirm.
Okay, all right. Anybody else have any other questions as of right now on Canada Day? Alex, Jessica, are you good so far? Okay. I mean, anything? Real good? Okay, moving on, safety day review with bike safety. So I haven't been too much involved with, Natalie and her bike safety thing. Alex and Melissa, you guys have been.
Into the details of safety day. I know at the subcommittee level, you had to discuss changing location due to extenuating circumstances. That's typically a decision that we like to have in the public. I understand the need for timing on that one, and it was made at the committee level with discussion, but you should probably reiterate why this group chose to move the location for the record for the people.
Alex, do you wanna feel that one?
Yeah, so I know it was the 27th in Kamalaki, if I'm remembering correctly, which was because the 20th was the Blue Water Triathlon, so we couldn't do Kamalaki on the 20th, so we moved it to the 27th. And then Jessica found out that the Wyoming firefighters are doing another fundraising type event on the 27th. And it's logistically impossible to host the water ball portion without both Wyoming and Kamalaki firefighters involved. So that was kind of the main reason why we had to bump it back to the 20th, so that Wyoming firefighters were available. And then, of course, back in that pickle where we can't have it at Kamalaki because the Blue Water Triathlon has those roads closed. So that's what led to us kind of switching it back to stay on the 20th back in Wyoming. If I miss anything, Jessica, but I think those are the main reasons there.
Yeah, the main reason, and like Lamb Recton's really, it's going to be logistically really hard for you to run water ball because the one hydrant's out at the road. And then you'd have to run your hose all the way through. My husband wasn't even sure if he'd be able to get the one pumper in to like the fair, like into the ground where it needs to be. So.
I know it has been our desire administratively and politically to ensure that we host at least one summer event in Kamlaki. I know this year, due to extenuating circumstances, the event you planned is not gonna be able to be hosted out there. So when you start your planning next year for events, I strongly encourage you to consider a marquee event in the Kamlaki area. Plan it early so that you can work with the Optimist, the Athletic Association, and so that we can avoid any conflicts. And then that way we don't have to worry about extenuating circumstances changing the schedule. I know we have a deep desire to make sure that we are providing equal opportunities to our residents for special events opportunities.
And on that note, Adam, at Easter, I had two people actually come up to me and telling how great the event was, but they also were so thankful to have an event of any kind out in Kamlaki. So we'll definitely should keep that in mind and try and work around that for next year for sure. It's been a bit of a challenge this year trying to accommodate the safety thing. I think we're on the right track now, guys, right? With that all kind of, I guess, worked out, shall I say? Where are we with Natalie anyway? Alex or Melissa?
I can give an update on that.
Yeah, I don't have anything on that front, so Melissa, you can handle that.
So I had a discussion with Natalie after we had decided that we have to move the date back to July 20th. So she contacted RideSafe. Although she had initially canceled with them, they are available for the date. The cost for this year, I believe they have told her is gonna be about $2,000. She does have sponsors that are willing to donate the money to offset the cost of the $2,000. So although it is an expense, they are willing to donate to offset that specific cost. And assuming that we're all in agreement of having RideSafe, then that should be an issue. Does anybody have any concerns with that? Does anybody want me to go over? Like, I know we went over it last month when Natalie was here. I think we can all agree their bike safety program is a lot better than being found, although it is at a higher cost. But if the cost isn't going to be passed on to the committee, then I don't know if we have any concerns about it.
And that's what she preferred anyway, right, Natalie?
Yes.
Is that covered? Then I guess my thought is we should probably, that if that's what she wants, because she's still gonna look after that part, right, of the event. She's still around to participate?
She is around to participate. It's like they bring their own volunteers. They kind of run their own thing.
Yep.
Natalie is gonna be there offering raffle tickets to anybody who completes the course, and she'll be raffling off 1 or 2 bikes. But the RideSafe itself wouldn't require any real hands-on from us.
Okay. And she also had money for the bikes too, right?
Yes, yeah, so that's on top of the $2,000 that she would be able to get for RideSafe. So in saying that, she also had a local company reach out to her to say that they might be able to supply bouncies for the event. I know I'm jumping ahead a little. Do we want bouncies for that event? They'll have to look into getting their TSA license, so I think if we do want them, we need to make a decision sooner rather than later. But there wouldn't be any cost to us for the bouncies.
They have insurance too.
They would have insurance. I don't think they've got it yet. I think it's contingent on if this event is gonna go, then they will get their insurance.
So it's confirmed for June 8th and July 20th.
But not June 29th.
No, and that was, we brought up previously that they could not meet that day because they're already booked because of the Canada Day celebrations.
So It's Christina Dupie, right, that has the blow ups.
I believe so, yeah.
With TSSA requirements, it's okay, two-part scenario, you have to have a license, but you also have to have a bouncy that is TSSA compliant.
Mhm.
And I don't know whether her stuff, generally is for backyard parties, private parties. I don't know whether her stuff is TSSA compliant, but all we can do is throw it back into her lap if we want that to make sure it is TSSA compliant. She does have her license and like she will get her license. And it is no cost to us. I think the more the merrier, but again, I'm not sure what she has in terms of hydro requirements because we have little. But having said that, one of the things that we are waiting to confirm, and it will be at the next Egg Society meeting, which I believe is tomorrow night. I've asked the president there to run it by the committee, if it's okay, if we're hosting water ball, to have it at the fairgrounds because of the location of the water outlets. Is that right, Alex? Jessica? Yeah, okay.
They honestly can do it at either McKay Park or the fairgrounds. I think the fairgrounds is easier for them, but they can do it at both.
The fairgrounds would be nice for the bike safety event as well, because it would give us a lot of flat, even ground for that.
Even all the events you're proposing, the extraction exercise, the ride safe, the water ball and everything. I think the fairgrounds is a much more suitable location. All those events, you're gonna kind of need controlled areas, really areas where people could walk through in the middle of the water ball tournament. So I think the fairgrounds is your preferred location. We can always consider McKay as a backup, but it's probably not ideal for what you're proposing at this event.
So I've reached out to the fairgrounds to ask, and that's on the agenda for tomorrow night, so I'm sure I will hear back one way or the other. Yes, Gary.
Just a comment on, you mentioned about Ms. Dupie with her TSSA. Last I heard, she did not have that designation.
In my discussions with her, she, I guess during COVID, let it slip. That license. I don't know how it is yet nowadays. Just a one-off event. That's not what concerns me. What concerns me is the TSSA compliant units. Because if the plastic is not strong enough for public jumping, which is more than 2 or 3, it may be like 20. That's a whole different ball of wax. But
Kind of like your mattress at home when the kids get on it, eh?
I'll follow up on both the compliance and the license and see, I don't know if, I'll check with Natalie as well. I don't know if there was somebody that was offering to cover the cost of just those specific bouncies or what the deal was. So I will see if that doesn't pan out, if the donor would be interested in sponsoring other bouncies, but either way, we do have a lot of events, a lot of things going on, so.
So are we willing, I guess, as a committee to give Melissa direction that if it is TSSA compliant and she can get her license and there's no cost, do we let her see if that's okay to book? Are we okay with that?
I don't see a problem.
As long as those couple things are met, I don't think, because the town's gonna wanna need the TSSA compliant insurance.
Insurance as well too. eh?
I will follow up on all those items.
It's one more thing to add to the already busy event, but it doesn't hurt to even have one. Like, all we would need is one
Yeah.
if need be. But, and I'm sure that she wants to do it for exposure, which is fine. I have no problem with that. So we'll kind of follow up and do our homework on that.
Can I ask a question about the car extraction? How does that work with like, do little pieces of car fall on the ground as well? How do we make sure that all that gets cleaned up? Is that the fire department doing a double check or Scott? Or-
Mike kind of was instrumental in this, so I'll let
Lots Auto Wreckers is bringing the vehicle, removing the vehicle and all the parts, etc.
Okay,
and all we did is we made some 1824 signs to recognize their contribution, I guess I should say.
The car is gonna be decorated with their name and logo, etc. too.
perfect.
So far, we're in budget. With no cost. Right now. So, so far so good.
Is there a trophy for the water ball?
That was the discussion, I guess, I guess point blank, where are we at with the water ball participation?
Emails have been sent out. So waiting for people to respond by the deadline, which is,
When is the deadline? Sorry?
forget, I'll have to look at my email. Sorry, one sec.
And is Eric involved? Our chief of town here?
He's aware of everything.
Going back to that car quickly, an alternative too is to make it cleaner. We can always have the glass broken because that glass is the messiest part. Like if there's no glass, like if there's no windows in the car when we cut the roof, there's gonna be no debris. So depending on what the auto wreckers have set up to catch glass, that's the messy part.
We may want to check on that just because,
They talked about liquids, but they didn't talk about glass.
yeah, just because it's
Mhm.
prime soccer season, so last thing we need.
Mhm.
Just let us know, Jessica, when you've got that date. Okay, so going through, and again, the sheets in front of us for the safety day. It's tentatively, I shouldn't say tentatively, I don't know what Natalie has for food vendors. I know the Lions, in discussion with Mike, the Lions is already there. Martin from Bubble is already there. And I don't know what else she has.
She had already talked to her as well.
So they're already there as well.
I think we should probably double check, but those were the ones that she had mentioned with me, and there was no other.
So it's.
Given the food choices and the amount of people that we're thinking, should we consider like that hot dog guy or trucking mamas for just a few other options? I'd hate to see a really long food lineup.
I would,
So by default, all your events in McKay Park will have an extra food vendor. You get some contract for the summer at McKay Park. It may not, this event, it's in Wyoming or in the fairgrounds, but I will provide the contact information. You can see if they want to come to the fairgrounds that day.
Are they permanent, like, do they have a permanent spot at?
Yes, they do. It'll be just to the west of the pavilion. Basically between the parking spot and the pavilion.
we'll get the fine tuned location for that then, and then we'll incorporate it into our site visit and stuff. Okay.
June 4th is the deadline to respond.
Alex, have you heard much from the other people on the fire department?
I know from Kamlaki's side, we have enough for a team at least. I'm still trying to see who's available to help out.
When do we need to rattle some chains on this? Week before, maybe, like the end of May.
Yeah, like I know Kamlaki will probably have an association meeting coming up this month, I think, so I can bring it up at the association meeting for the Kamlaki side at least.
I can get Cliff to bring it up at the association meeting too.
So hypothetically, I don't want to throw water on the fire here, but if this water ball thing fell through, basically we're stuck with, not stuck with, but we'll only have the bike rodeo type deal, right?
No, there's more stuff that's, I haven't talked about.
Well, also with the car extraction, 'cause
Car
even if the
extraction.
water ball fell through. I'm sure people would be excited to tear apart car, Alex.
It doesn't happen much anymore, so.
Doesn't.
I would
I
guess
know-
we'd probably be enough to have a team between Kamlaki and Wyoming at least.
Yeah,
Like
and I
the-
know. Sorry,
Battling.
Jessica.
It's not going.
I know Chief also mentioned. I think he said he was working on the county to see if they can bring their trailer and their displays. And I know we had the trailer in event once upon a time, but it didn't have any of the interactive stuff. So I think he's working with our emergency management coordinator as well to see if we can have the actual trailer in its true demo fashion. So I can follow up with Chief to see where he's at with that, or if that's still a possibility.
That's not the smokehouse, is it?
It's so we had the trailer at a Canada Day event, I think 2 years ago. And I think they do smoke it out, and then you crawl through and get out. And then they also have, I believe they have a fire extinguisher simulator too, which kids usually have a lot of fun with too.
That's the one that you bring for agriculture in the classroom.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah, we'll definitely have to try and keep on top of the water ball, because I know 3 years in a row would definitely be nice to make it come to fruition for sure. The information safety vendors, I had reached out to number 1 through 11 that was on the list already for the 27th. And every one of them is coming, but I have to now reach back up to them now that we are for sure confirmed for the 20th. Enbridge, I would almost guarantee a yes. CN Railway, yes. Victim Services, I could almost guarantee it'll be yes. OPP has a program called Dementia Registration. That's not the right name for it, but it's not a program that's very often talked about. But it is where if you have a loved one that is showing the signs of that, you can, let's say, pre-register them for that. And it just opens the doors to being able to track them down faster. So it's not a program that's very often talked about, but it's a program that would be nice to share. The OPP is on board for that day. Mike reached out to the Rapids Family Health Team. They are coming with a childcare seat information, right? Okay. The fire departments, of course, Hydro One, I'm not sure, for the 20th. Transport Canada, they will be bringing probably a boat or a Sea-Doo. They're gonna talk of Office of the Boating Safety. Farm Safety, I know Mike had reached out to them. I'm not sure.
Think they're a bit.
Okay. Emergency Management Ontario. That's what you're talking about, Alan, right?
Yeah, because I think our emergency management coordinator's got a lot of connections with the emergency management in Ontario and that whole world. I think Mr. Spansky mentioned something about that last time.
I'll bring it back up with Mr. Clark, and hopefully between him and the county, can organize something.
There's 2 others I'm going to add to the list that are most likely a yes. I did some work for them this week. The Lambton Shrine Club about their burn awareness program. So they would definitely be interested. And the gentleman that I was doing work for was also part of the Lambton Conservation Association, which is on gun safety. So he would be interested in coming out and talking about gun safety. So that's 2 more that we can add to that list. So there's quite a bit of stuff actually to do for this safety information day between our vendors and our demonstrations in the waterfall. So I hope everything can come together. It would be quite nice, actually.
I think as we get closer to, I know Mike mentioned the child car tech might have time to look at car seats as well.
Okay,
And if that's the case, we'll wanna kind of position her booth somewhere and maybe have like a drive-through style, I don't know, I mean, I feel like if we advertise it as an option to have your car seats looked at, we will have a lineup of 200 cars. So I don't know if we want to have it as pre-registration or like the first 30, 40, 50 vehicles, we may wanna,
20 minutes for each.
yeah.
really? Okay,
So we may want to.
see your point, yeah.
So I don't know if we even wanna just not, like, does she offer it as a paid option? Is it an option through the clinic? Like, I don't know.
She was gonna try to bring somebody with her so that she
Yeah.
could do some there, but it may be more just an information.
Yeah, I think it may honestly be easier to keep it as an information, just because. I think once you start running around looking at car seats, you could look at 100 and she's missed the chance to talk to anybody at the booth as well.
Parking would be an issue too.
Mike, because of the farm safety and the time of year it is, if they weren't able to attend, were they still interested in providing at least a table with TV or something like that? Okay. Does anyone else have anything that we need to talk about, for the safety day right now? Anything?
Are any of the safety vendors interested in sponsoring the event? Have we looked at that?
I haven't asked any of them. That. They were all quite happy to come out and get their message out.
Mhm.
So when they said they wanted to get their message out, I didn't want to ask them for money.
Yeah.
So I guess that's where I just left that. Some of these people don't have opportunities to get out as often as they would like to
I
share
was,
their knowledge to
yeah.
people.
I was looking at the bigger names.
You were looking at the first sheet, right? The budget.
Well, yes.
No, I did put a grant request in with Enbridge. And I think it was for 2,500, if memory serves right, for, I forget the exact name of the program, but it is to do with community safety. I know it has gone through first round and it's now going to another person in second round, which is at least a good sign based on past experience. But I'm not counting in, see it, but based on that second round, it's usually a fairly good indication. So that would help, for sure. So, I don't have any kind of a budget for this because we're still too far out from it. But, once we nail down the particulars in chambers here, with subcommittees, and we'll ask the council for whatever there. Any other questions on safety day? Nope, okay, moving on, new business. The only thing I had, now that we are confirmed for the dates for sure, I have a revised save the date poster. That took from July 27th, sorry, back to July 20th. So the few places I put them up, I'm gonna go and replace them. I'm not sure, Mike and Gord, if you can take, I didn't do them a lot. Just kind of pull them down, put the new ones up.
Alex, do we have the events on our Facebook page now for the dates?
This new ones.
We've got the picnic one up right now. The save the dates. Yeah, the save the dates are there. I think Brad posted that. Yeah.
The only other thing I had was there any new updates for new members? Okay. There was one that did reply through one of the comments on one of the Facebook posts, Alex. I'm not sure if you saw it. The gentleman's was wondering how to become a member. So do you want me to reach back out to him and tell him to come to the town office? Is that the proper? protocol? Yeah, it's like there's one person that might be interested. Do they come to the town office and talk to?
Have them see Nicole, and Nicole will provide them the application information.
Okay.
I think it was just to submit a letter of interest and a resume, wasn't it?
Form to fill out?
And then the other, you gotta do the safety with the town too, don't you?
There's some basic training, yes. So yeah, just have them talk to Nicole and we'll get them started in the process if they're interested.
If everyone's okay with that, if I reach back out to this person. That's all I had for new business. Anyone else wants to anything?
Do we have any volunteers for Canada Day yet, or can we reach out to our past volunteers and see if anybody is around to help?
I may have two for and
Oh, sorry, not Canada.
and two for Canada Day.
Because we'll need. Do we have 1, 2?
You will need probably more for Canada Day than.
Myself and my 2 teenagers will be at the picnic in the park.
Okay.
Another day, unfortunately, we're away.
So maybe Alex, it wouldn't hurt to also post the volunteer question again early on the Facebook page.
Yeah, just to confirm for picnic and Canada Day.
Yeah.
Okay.
Safety Day, I don't expect we'll need them. But yeah, if we can get started on that request earlier than not, and I do have to reach out to one committee in town here and that had expressed some interest and just kind of find out where they're at with that. Anybody else have anything that they need to talk about, ask questions on, clarification?
We get money from Jacobs.
I haven't seen anything come through.
Said something about.
I haven't seen anything come through yet.
Should we reach out to?
They were supposed to be 1,000. I reached out to him initially and they wanted to do 1,000. Yeah, but if he hasn't said anything, in he was supposed to do 1,000.
Send a quick email to Mr. Bloomfield to see if he's still intending to make a donation to the special events committee.
I've been in touch with him and he was still considering further one, but
Should we reach out to Kern to see if they can supply us with some water for Canada Day?
That was what we talked about a meeting or 2 ago, is that since we don't have the aqua trailer for that event, that someone is gonna reach out to Kern Water.
I can, now Mike, you had last year, you had brought up another name. You knew somebody? I forget.
Wasn't it Canada Day last year? We didn't have Karen, we had somebody else from out of town.
I think we ended up buying bottles of water because we forgot to arrange a large bottle of water.
I'm sure that, like, I can talk to Katie at Kern, I'm sure that we can get the water, but we'll just have to buy the hand pump, right? Because
Yeah, I think we should double check.
I don't think we kept any, did we? We probably had 2 we could have kept. Okay, do you want me to reach out to Katie then?
Sure. Just so that we have something.
all the other ones.
Oh,
That
yeah.
was it. You would contact or something?
Well, previous experience, but I can.
Yes. Wouldn't hurt as a backup, just in
Yeah.
case.
Want me to call Kern or you?
I know Katie, so yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
I can talk to Katie.
That's for Canada Day, right?
Yep. Um. And like I said, based on our budget way back when, if anyone still wants to pop out and ask for sponsors, please feel free to do so. This helps us be able to add movies movies to our year as well as trivia nights, because right now those are all off right now, so.
You think we're set for food for Canada Day? No?
We could add somebody else to safety day though. If you're, yeah. Safety day.
Yeah, because I don't think we have anybody, right? Oh, we do have,
The lunch.
yeah, we do have some of that there, and you think that's all she had was 3, though, right?
Yeah.
Do you want me to reach out? Because Chris at Truck and Moments was really good to us at Easter. Do you want me to reach out to him? I said, if anything else.
Yeah.
They have a good variety.
They have a good variety and he's been really good as well.
Alex, you okay with that? Truck and Moments for safety day if you can.
Yep, they're going.
He was really quite helpful. Anything? Okay, I have a motion here then by, seconded by Mike. That the special events committee be adjourned until the next special events committee meeting to be held June 3rd at 7 p.m.
We're gonna have to do a sub meeting.
Subcommittee meeting. Tell me what's available and I'll make myself whatever available. This will be an on-site visit most likely.
Jessica, is there a date that works better for you for the next couple weeks? Or how?
Sorry. Thursdays don't work for me. And Wednesdays and Thursdays don't work for me, but
So Alex, what's your schedule like?
Mine's a little bit up in the air right now, but I definitely have a committee meeting next Thursday. So if you schedule on a day that's not that, I can do my best to pop over to McKay Park.
Alex, while I'm thinking of it on behalf of the committee, congratulations, Daddy.
Man, thank you.
Maybe you're wrong.
Changes your life, but it's fun.
Yeah. At least I'm getting 2-hour nap, so I can't complain.
We can discuss dates then and we'll send them out in the group and see.
Thank you, everybody.